If you want to keep up, then you need to learn how to use AI in your business. In today's video, I'm going to give you 7 easy prompts to quickly improve your cold emails so you can get more positive replies and book more meetings. You can split test each prompt and see how the emails perform, and you might just find something that outperforms the rest. So save these prompts and try to move any cold email templates or copies you have saved. But first, like the video, subscribe, and let's dive in. Okay, so here we have the prompts for the cold emails. I have 7 prompts listed. I'll pick out 3 or 4 that you can use, and I'll also put this document in the description. But let's start with the first one. So this would be the first one. It's a simple one, it's a basic one, but it works on, let's say, if you have writer's block and you wrote like this long convoluted cold email, or like there's too many words in it, it's difficult to read. Then you can use this prompt to simplify it, just to make it easier and faster to read. The easier it is to read and the faster someone can grasp the value of your cold email, the more likely you're going to be to get a response. So let's start. Just going to add this prompt like this. I like to have like the colon at the end here, after digest at the end of the prompt. Then I have an email prepared here. This is already an email, that's been working well, but I want to see if I can find another variation that's worthy of a split test. So just jump in, paste it in here inside of ChatGPT. First you have the prompt, and then you can just add in the email that you want to create a variation of, so that you can A/B split test it, right? Finding that winning variation. So let's start. Let's click enter. It's going to start writing. All right, so this one is much simpler, as you can see. Both are good, but this is a worthy split test. So we have this more, maybe like formal, more wordy cold email here. And then this one is more straight to the point. Someone can read this in 5 to 10 seconds if they're interested, easy to reply. So let's set up the split test then. So we jump into instantly. Then just go to campaigns, set up a new campaign, go to sequences, and this is super easy, right? You just paste it in. We're going to format here. We're going to format it a little bit, just so it's easy to read. All right, and then let's say, subject line. Subject line will keep the same for both variations, just so we have that variable consistent, but we'll change the body copy, and then based on the body copy we'll see, okay, which one of these variations is getting more replies. So I'll click add variant here, and here we have the A variant, then the B variant, which ChatGPT just created for us, and we'll just put it in here, and again format it a little bit here. We want it to look nice when it's sending out, and that's already it. We already have a split test set up here, an A/B split test. That's how quickly we can do it, right? Especially if we have an existing cold email, and then we give ChatGPT a prompt and say, hey, change it a little bit, like make it shorter, make it more concise, turn it into a 1-sentence cold email. Another thing we can do, let's jump back to our prompts, is, for example, turn this entire cold email into a 1-sentence cold email, or make this email less confident, more like somebody willing to help and curious to see if they need help in the first place. So I'm going to take this prompt, just for the sake of the example. I'm going to add this prompt and then grab one of the cold emails I have already here. So let's say this was a cold email that worked well, just very to the point. Let's say I wanted to grab the same idea or concept of this cold email, but I want to have a little bit more of an inquisitive tone, tentative, see, less assumptive, less barging through the door, in a way less confident. Right, this works well, but let's see what it can come up with if we wanted to create a variation out of this. So let's see. Okay, yeah, actually, I really like this example. So this is a great split test that we can try. Especially these days, I also noticed that being less assumptive in the sale, being a little bit more open-minded, tentative is better. So let's go ahead and set up this split test. I'm going to set up another campaign. And as you can see, this is super easy to do. So we have variation A. Again, quick question, we can do that. And then I'll go here, right? Click add variant. And again, super easy. You see how easy this is to set up. Adding a couple more. So yeah, you know, for me personally, this is one of my favorite prompts. It can really turn, like, let's say maybe a cold email. It's a little bit rough around the edges. It can really turn it into a smooth cold email. Both are good. I mean, this one I've ran in the past, got a bunch of positive replies for it. This one is a little bit smoother. So, you know, but that's just my assumption. At the end of the day, we'd have to let the market decide, the numbers decide. So we're gonna have these two variants go head to head and see which one wins. Ultimately, sometimes it's difficult to predict which one is gonna do better, but we'll see when we launch this. Okay, so this is another split test. You see how quickly we can set up split tests here. Obviously, we have a bunch more prompts. We can say, you know, like I said earlier, turn this into one sentence cold email. We can also say make this cold email less formal, but still professional. Let's say you have like this cold email that you wrote. It's quite professional. Maybe try a little bit of a less formal approach, something, yeah, less formal, maybe easier to read, more casual. You can try that as well. Now, another worthy split test is subject lines. Subject lines have a big effect on open rates. So here you can just, for example, let's say we can just go back and say, give me 5 ideas for subject lines for the above cold email. So now it will give us 5 ideas. I said 5 just so I can pick out 2 that I like. Now already I can see about this one, I don't really like that it's capitalizing everything. It looks quite salesy, quite promotional. So let's tell it that, and it can come up with an improved 5 variations. So don't capitalize each word, make it less salesy, promotional. We can just tell the AI exactly like that. All right, so these are already better. One more thing I would add here is make the subject lines a bit shorter. Okay, great. So while it's working here, let me jump back and I'll grab another example email. We'll set up another split test, but this time we're just going to split test the subject lines. So let me paste this in. Great. And then I like this one. So just rather ask it to do 5 just so I can pick the 2 I like most. And then we're going to create a variant here. Very easy to do. Go back, I paste in. Again, right here we want to keep the body copy. We're going to keep it the same. Great, so let me go back, and I think this one looks good as well. So let's see now, variant A has a different subject line than variant B, and you know, instantly it doesn't limit you to only having 2 variations. You can add 3, 4, 5, 6 variations in your split test. That's why we call it A to Z split testing. So you can run a lot of variations inside of your split test. So let's say we add this here again, and then we grab even one more. So let's see, this one. Nope, we used this one already. So this one. Great, and here we have an ABC split test set up already. Then another couple of things that you can do is change the call to action of the email. Subject lines, we discussed this already. Change the call to action. So for example, right, you have, you want to see which call to action works better. So let's say I grab the prompt here and I grab the little bit longer email again, and then maybe I want to change this, right? I don't want to have I don't want the call to action to be, hey, mind if I share the strategy with you? Maybe I want it to be something different. That it call. Maybe I wanted them to ask them straight away to jump on a call. To ask them to get on a call. So can you give a little bit more details here? Good. So again, you can also split test the call to action. See, right, the call to action has a big effect on whether somebody is going to reply. The subject line is important, the overall value prop is important, but then also the call to action, you can see, okay, like what's going to work better? Mind if I share the strategy with you, or would you be open to a call where we could discuss the strategy in more detail, right? This is a solid call to action that it came up with here, and I only gave it broad instructions. Then the last one that I have here is add case study X to this cold email. So right, you can use the same cold email. One is going to be without case study, which is going to make it a little bit shorter and easier to read and faster to comprehend and digest. Then you can create another variant of that, but you're going to add a case study of yours to the cold email. And yeah, that wraps it up. Like I said, I'm going to have this document in the description of this YouTube video. Try out these prompts. It makes it very easy, very simple and fast to create these different variations, so you can A/B split test your cold emails and get more positive replies, find winners quickly, and once you have a winning cold email, you can really scale that. And yeah, run your winning cold email templates through these prompts and A/B split test the outcomes. Remember, cold email is all about testing. You never know which copy will hit a nerve and start printing your results. If you want more resources on how to succeed with cold email, check out our software instantly in the description. You can use it to start sending emails today. There's also something inside called the Instantly Accelerator, which is basically a full cold email program course with everything you'd ever need to know about cold email to get more meetings and close more deals. And yeah, with that being said, test it, let me know how it goes, and I'll talk to you soon.